Now we're going to create our tabletop. I want to be able to control its overall length. So I'm going to be doing like the overall length of the table and its overall width. But what you can't really see here, this white line, is there's kind of this flat area here before it rounds off on the inside. This will be called my flat length and flat width, and then we got overall width and length. We also have our thickness and the radius for the round. So go back to Revit, create a new generic model. And we'll create the parameters, the flat length, width, radius, thickness, top length, and top width. So I'm going to go to the Family Types button, create the new parameter, and let's type in so top length, new top width, new flat length, flat width, thickness, and then radius. Now I want to put my rearrange the order of these so that it's a little bit more easy to work with. My top length, I'm going to move to the top. So select the top and use the blue arrows to move it up and down. Top width. My thickness would be the next important thing to me. Then radius. And then the remainder would be the length and width for the flats. So when looking at this, the flat length, let's say for instance, has the radius at the beginning and end. And our radius is really twice as big as our thickness, or thickness is equal to the radius by half its thickness. So there's a couple ways to look at this. I could say the overall length, or the overall length is equal to the flat length plus the thickness, or the flat length is equal to the overall length minus the thickness. So if I go back to Revit, go back to Family Types, I want to say my length, or let's put in some default values, 3 feet, let's say 1.5 feet for width. Let's make the thickness 2 inches. Now the radius is half the thickness, so I can say thickness divided by 2. So it equates out to being 1 inch. Now the flat length, I can say, is the top length minus thickness. And the same goes for the next one. It's going to be the top width minus the thickness. So these are being calculated out from the top length and width, and the radius is calculated out by half the thickness. Now, in this case, unlike the table leg was kind of built in the upper quadrant here. I'm going to make my tabletop centered amongst these planes so I can place it into other projects and centered accordingly. So I'm going to create reference planes evenly on both sides. Let's say, let's do 1-6, left to right. Oops, I want to make that a pick. Offset 1'6". One on that side, one on this side. And then do 1 foot from top to bottom. And then I'm going to do a 1 inch inward to indicate the round over that I have. So I'll put dimensions on between the two planes next to each other. Go to the modify, click the dimension. I'm going to select all of them at the same time, do the drop down, equate it to the radius, and associate to the radius. And I notice these dimensions are getting kind of large for this view, so I'm going to change my scale down to 1 inch to make it a little smaller, so I have more visual room to work with here. Now I want to put a dimension between the inner planes and a dimension, a chain going from the inner planes across the center, and place it and equate it. This will keep these two lines equal on both sides of the center lines. Same going across, a chain, and equate it. Now I'm going to change my 2'10" to be the flat length. 1'10" to flat width. Now, let's change these inner planes, kind of like I did on the leg. I don't really care for anything to reference these planes outside of this family, so I'm going to select the 4 inner ones, go to its properties for is reference, make it not a reference. So now all 4 of those. Not a reference, checking wrong, not a reference. So all 4 of those are now not a reference. Now I'm going to go to my front. Now this is just for the tabletop, so I'm going to give another plane above. And add a dimension for the thickness. Select it. Change it to thickness. So this will be the overall thickness of my table. Let's go back to the reference level. Now I want to create an extrusion, a rectangle tool, and go on the inside plane. So one to the other. Make sure to use the padlocks to lock them, and then green check it. Go to the front view and see the table is 1 foot thick by default. Drag it down to the reference plane by the grip, let up, and green, and then lock the padlock. So we can test this out. Let's do 4 feet, apply. You can see it's 4 feet long now. 2 feet. Apply. I'm going to make the thickness kind of thick so we can work with it a little bit easier. And 6 inches. Okay. So I got some room here between my planes. Go to a 3D view, and I'm going to create my sweep. So I'm going to click on sweep. Instead of drawing the path, I'm going to use the pick path and click on the 4 top edges. So the first one I click will have the reference plane on it that we were drawing our profile on, and we'll sweep around. And then pick the remainder 3. Green check for the path. Click on edit profile. And now we need to go to a view that's normal or perpendicular to looking at that view. So I'll go to, let's check front. That is on the edge of that plane. I don't see the plus. Going to the right side, there's my 2 lines that indicate the plane that we're working on. So I'm going to create a line down this edge. Now, I actually want this line to be locked to the bottom. You can align a point to a reference plane. So I'm going to click a line, click the plane, and the endpoint of that line, and then lock it. So now this endpoint of this line is locked to this plane. I'll draw the arc on the outside. So click the center plane's arc, click my midpoint of my line, the endpoint, sweep around the outside, and click. The green check for the path, and green check for the sweep. So now I have a sweep going around that box. We still need to, let's test it first. Let's go to radius, or actually thickness, make it 2 inches. Hit apply. I got smaller, it looks like it's all working. Move this back to 3. 6. Apply. I'm looking at the other things, make sure they look good. And it looks like everything is working. I'm going back to my 3D view. I'm going to select the box. Actually, we need to join the geometry because I can see how this edge around the upper top is not, doesn't really need to be there. So I can join the sweep and the inner extrude together. So it blends it better. I can see this in a realistic view now. You can see it's rounded and kind of shaded nicely. Click on Modify. Select one of these extrusions. Since they're both joined together, if I change the material for one, it's going to change it for both automatically. So I have the sweep selected. Go to the material, associate parameters, click New, top, material, hit OK, OK. Now if I select the inner box, I see it's also associated. Click equal. It's also associated to the top material. So they both associate at the same time when they've been joined together. Click on Save, and this is our tabletop. And now we'll move on to the family for the whole table.